Hello everyone. In this lesson we are going to study decimal data type in Apex. So let's open our developer console and then see. Today the format will be different, so just to save time. So decimal are data types in Apex. A number that includes a decimal point. Decimal is an arbitrary precision number. Currency fields are automatically assigned the type decimal. As you know, in our org, decimals are used for currency. So let's see. For this, normally, if you want to work on decimals, decimal data type you have to type and then the variable name of the decimal and then assign it a value. It can be, a 6 dot and some numbers. You can erase or add some numbers, doesn't matter. And then see on developer console, execute highlighted, and then debug only. As you can see, 6.022. This is our decimal number. This is the simplest way to see and then see on developer console. As you know, most of data types, they have some methods. There are some methods here I collect for you, but of course there are some more methods. You can go to your own internet. So ABS returns the absolute value of the decimal. So sometimes the number can be minus 3 point something or 5, or we can erase just to make the smaller numbers. Decimal, my decimal 1, so the variable name should not be same because they are different numbers or containers, so the number should be different. So for this you have to write my decimal and then a absolute value. Absolute value, if something is minus 5 becomes plus 5. Absolute value of minus 5, it is 5. Is the distance from 0. So decimal, absolute value of my number, okay? So what you have to do is just, this is a method, my decimal number 1 dot abs, then method, and then let's see on developer console, we write this one here to make it readable, absolute value of my number, then and see what will happen on, we will see on our developer console. As you can see, it was 6 minus 6.022. Now it is 6022. So absolute value minus becomes, you can put like minus 16 or minus 16. So let's see what happens again. As you can see, the absolute value is plus 16 now, 0.09. So ABS method changes minus to plus because it is distance from 0. Divide method we have also in decimals. What's that? Divide this decimal by the specific divisor, and set the scale, that is the number of decimal places of the result using the specified scale. And this method, just to have a space here to make it readable, decimal, my decimal number 2, it is 100, 0.1, or 100 can be 0.5. And then again, if I want to divide this number by any number, so you have to type the number which is here and then divide it by a decimal. Decimal can be 2.0 or 2, doesn't matter. So decimal and then result of this division, my decimal and variable name dot, which is method, you put dot, divide 20. It means I will divide this number by 20, and this is the number of scale, and see what happens so you will understand better. Go to debug. Because of the internet, sometimes takes time. As you can see, 5.02 means these are the scale number. After 5, exact number how many you want. If you want to put, for example, 1 here, or let's say 3 here, then let's see. It means in this, I divide this number by the first one, and this is the scale number. Let's see, we had that time beginning we had 5.02. Now this time what we will have? 5.025. It means it is scale number, this one. Okay. The next method is double value. Double value method returns the double value of this decimal. This is my decimal data declaration, and then I want to change, value of decimal to double. So I write double and result 1, my decimal 3 is, which is this, and then double value. So if I execute it, what happens? $100.5. What happened here? Now this 100.5, it is a double, not a decimal. As you know, doubles are bigger than decimal. Okay, so what you have to do, just my decimal variable name dot my method name, and open and close parenthesis, and then see the result. So here we have a little not mistake, just to change the name of the variable name. The next method, which is another important one, is int value. Int value returns the integer value of this decimal. This is my decimal number declaration, and then if I want to change this value of decimal to integer, then I write integer value, my decimal variable name dot int value and method, and then if I execute it, then we will see on developer console 101. As you can see, 101. Integer, it is not with dot, so it is taking only this part. Okay, so it changed decimal to integer because integers are smaller than decimal. It cannot be 102. It must be 101. Okay, that is another handy method in decimals. Another method is round. Round returns the rounded approximation of this decimal. If this is my decimal number, my decimal, and for 0.66, and if I want to round it, then see decimal round number, my decimal dot round method, and then I put the variable name here, and then see what I will see on developer console. Debug only. I see 5, right? Now it is rounded the nearest number. If I write here 5, what happens? On debug only, it is now full. So as you can see, if it is 5 and less, it is this number, and it is 6 and more, it is the next number. So you should be just careful of that. Okay, now my another method is value of. There is a value string to decimals, long to decimal. There are some other methods, so I pick up this one. Value of string to decimal returns a decimal that contains the value of the specified string. This is my string normally. Okay, string, my string variable name, assign 12, like in quote. String are written in quote, as you all remember that. So if I want to change the string to decimal, okay, so I write decimal, my decimal equals, again, like decimal dot value of string. I write in the parentheses and see what I will see. On developer console, 12.4567. This is now a decimal. Okay, if you want to add some addition, subtraction, this is also possible with decimals, as we can try one of them now. If you want to do addition, some simple operations, you can do with decimal. Like decimal x number, it is assigned to 4.6, and then decimal y is point is 7.5. And then if you want to do addition or subtraction, like if you want to do addition, the result again will be decimal, and then like addition assigned to x plus y, and then see on developer console add. And then result should be like 12.1, something like that. Let's see, debug only, 12.1, that's correct. So this is simple operation you can do with decimals. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best in your journey.